In this video, we are going to be learning lesson 9.1 called translations. Translations are a type of transformation of a figure, and transformations, remember, are changes in position, shape, and size of a figure. Okay, and today we're going to learn specifically about a translation, which is a type of transformation. We're going to be able to, the objective, identify translations, graph translations, and write rules for translations of two-dimensional figures. Okay, and I'll explain what that means, as we go along. First, we're going to watch a little digits video to explain translations.
A translation or slide is a rigid motion that moves every point of a figure the same distance and in the same direction. Suppose
here's the figure, the original figure, and let's see what happens to it when it's being translated across the coordinate plane.
you translate the triangle 5 units to the right and 5 units down. Every point of the black triangle moves 5 units to the right and 5 units down.
Okay, so you saw that the figure was just slid, right? A translation is called a slide. It was slid across the coordinate plane. It stayed the same size. It just moved. Okay, every point was the same direction and the same distance and in the same direction. So the figure stayed the same size. It was just sliding across the coordinate plane. All right, so let's write that down in our key concept, that a translation is a slide. That's another word for it, because it slides across the coordinate plane, and it moves every point of the figure the same distance and in the same direction. All right, so it stays, it's the same size, okay? The figure stays the same size because every point moves in the same distance in the same direction. So let's look at this before we look at our example. Which is the translation? Okay, here's two figures right here. And it looks like here's the first figure, okay, the original points. All right, here's the image figure, which is the second figure, but this actually looks like a reflection. Okay, this right here, here's the original figure, and the image, the second figure. It went from here to here. This, it changes size. That's actually a dilation. That is not a translation. If you look over here, here's the first figure, the original, and here's the image, the second figure. It went from here to here. That's a slide. It's the same size, same shape and everything. It just slid down and over. Okay, so let's look at example number 1. It says the vertices of A, B, and C are A 1, 4, B -1, 2, and C 3, -2. Graph A, B, and C and A prime, B prime, C prime, which is the image, that's the second figure, after a translation of 5 units left and 1 unit down. Then use arrow notation to show how each vertex of ABC maps to its image. All right, so first let's plot the original ABC. A is at 1, 4, so start at the origin over 1, up 4. B is at -1, 2, -1, 2. And then C, plot C of our triangle, is going to be 3, -2. So 1, 2, 3, sorry. 1, 2, 3, comma, negative 2, 1, 2. All right, let's take a straight edge here to form our triangle. Here's the original. 1, comma 4 is A, negative 1, comma 2 is B, and then 3, comma negative 2 is C. Here is our original figure. Then it says that they want to translate the image 5 units left and then 1 unit down. All right, and remember, a translation is a slide. It moves every point of the figure in the same distance and in the same direction. So if we take each point and we move it 5 units left and 1 unit down, it will give us the image figure, which is the second figure. So let's start with A. The translation, they wanted to go 5 units left and 1 unit down. So here we go. We're going to go 5. We're going to take A and we're going to go 5 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it tells us to go 1 unit down. Let me plot the new point, and this is A prime. That little apostrophe is called prime. Okay, that's the image point, so that it distinguishes from the original, right? Because if we just drew an A without that little prime notation, then we wouldn't be able to know which is the original figure and which is the image figure. Okay, so after you do the new point, the image, make sure you put that prime notation. Now let's take letter B, and again, we have to move it 5 units left and 1 unit down. So we're going to go start with B and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units left, 1 unit down. Here's B prime. And then lastly, we have to move C, 5 units left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 unit down. Here's C prime. Okay, and then, like we did before, let's draw our triangle. Okay, and now we can see that here's our original figure, ABC, and here's the image. The image is the second figure with the prime notation. After we translated the whole image, the whole figure, we translated the whole figure 5 units left and 1 unit down. Notice all the points moved in the same distance and in the same direction, which means that the figure and the image are the same size. Okay, so that's what we just graphed a translation. That was part of the objective. First we identified one right here. This is the translation, so circle that. And then we just graphed a translation by moving it across the coordinate plane. All right, so you can try example number, we just did example number 1, sorry guys. Try the got it number 1 and then watch the video to make sure that you got it.